you for joining today's presentation on the new MDIA rules and regulations. The new rules and regulations have been implemented since July 30th, 2009. To start, let's go ahead and go into the initial fees. Except for a reasonable credit report fee, Sunwest Mortgage Company expects that no other fee be charged or imposed on the borrower until the borrower has either received via mail or signed creditor's initial disclosures. Creditor, also referred to for Sunwest Mortgage Company. This also implies that no services, such as appraisal or broker fees, may be ordered till such time. Broker fees could also be broken down to a flood report fee or a application fee. What it means to Sunwest Mortgage Company: the broker may order the appraisal or any other such services the day after it may be presumed that the borrower has received the lender's initial disclosure. The exception to this is if the initial disclosures have been executed, then the appraisal may be ordered thereafter on the same day. As far as the broker may order the appraisal the day after it may be presumed the borrower has received the lender's initial disclosures would be as if you have taken the application via mail, by telephone, etc. For the initial disclosures to have been executed and the appraisal ordered the day after, that would be more on a face-to-face application. In case the loan is being transferred from a previous lender, the loan should have been MDIA compliant with that lender as evidenced by the dated disclosures which were mailed and executed by the borrower, and the appraisal or other such services. Additionally, the new lender may not charge or impose any additional fees until the borrower has received the initial disclosures. So the new lender, if you were to send a loan which was previously at one of our competitors, your account executive called you up, went over the loan program, our turn times, our great pricing, and you decided to send that file over to Sunwest Mortgage Company, no other new fees could be charged against the borrower until the borrower has received our creditor initial disclosures. Apart from the allowed credit report fee, no other fee may be imposed on the borrower. Placing an order for service in advance of the 3 days waiting period is considered imposing a fee on the borrower, irrespective of who is scheduled to pay for it. So if you are still going to pay for the appraisal, you still cannot order it until the 3 days has gone by, and you can order on the 4th day, because that fee is initially imposed on the borrower until it's paid for at close of escrow or close of loan. Currently, the law does not provide for a resolution if the loan is not compliant with MDIA requirements. Hence, in the interest of the borrower and in the spirit of this regulation, Sunwest Mortgage, apart from redisclosing to the borrower, also ensures that either the borrower is not charged for any such services, or if they have already been paid for, they are refunded to the borrower. Accordingly, a condition may be raised and any refunds must be resolved. Let's talk about redisclosing during the process of the loan. An increase in the APR of 1/8% or an increase of $100 or more in the closing costs from what was last disclosed to the borrower will require that the creditor redisclose the new GFE and truth in lending to the borrower and allow the borrower at least 3 business days after they have received or signed the redisclosures before the loan may be closed. The creditor may rely on actual delivery as evidenced by email, compliant with the e-Sign Act, or courier or personal delivery to determine the beginning of the 3 business day waiting period. What this means to Sunwest: in case of an increase in the APR of 1/8% or an increase in APR closing costs of $100 or more, which is the tolerance level, a redisclosure is triggered in our system. Just as in the case of the initial disclosures, Sunwest mails out the redisclosures depending on when the change was triggered, either the same day or the next business day. That trigger time is at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you have if you're ready to go to closing, you've noticed some fees have increased over $100, or the APR has increased over 1/8% by 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to go ahead and redisclose that same day. You wait your 3 days and we can issue out the closing documents. Sunwest mails out the redisclosures once every day at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if registered. If the APR and or fees have increased as described in the case it is possible that the borrower may receive multiple disclosures throughout the loan process until closing. The broker creditor must keep the borrower informed of this and let them know that the federal regulations require the creditor to keep them informed of such changes, however minor they may be. Any other change in the terms of the loan must be disclosed to the borrower no later than the consummation of the loan or the close of the loan. The close of the loan. The creditor may close the loan any earlier than 7 business days after the initial disclosures have been mailed to the borrowers. So when we first send out our creditor disclosures, we still have to wait 7 business days, full business days, before you can actually close the loan. So if that loan is completely ready to go, it's underwritten within our great turn times and no conditions, if it's below 7 business days, you must hold. In case that the loan terms need to be redisclosed to the borrower, the loan may be closed the later of the 3 business day or 7 business day disclosure period. So let's say 14 days into the loan, you're ready, clear to close, but you're going to have to disclose higher points or the title company or some such, closing agents disclosing the higher costs. Redisclosures will be mailed out. You must wait the 3 days from signing of the redisclosures to go ahead and close the loan. In case of redisclosures, the MDIA rules and regulations requires a cooling off period between that time the borrower receives the package and the time that they may be scheduled to sign the closing documents. If there are any waivers, the borrower may choose to waive both the 3 business days and 7 business day waiting period in case of any emergencies which must be documented. But as policy consistent with investors, SunWest Mortgage Company will not grant this waiver. Let's go over some facts, FAQs. The borrower has obtained a HECM counseling prior to receiving the initial disclosures. Is this a service that can be ordered or paid for prior to the initial disclosures being received by the borrower? The answer is HECM counseling is a borrower-initiated service, and hence it does not come under the MDIA fee timing restrictions. Can a borrower obtain a home inspection before receiving disclosures? The answer is, as long as the borrower orders a home inspection of their own will and not guided by the loan officer in any way or broker in any way, in order to make a decision on making an offer on property, this is fine. Is it acceptable for the broker has used their own GFE and truth in lending disclosures? No. MDIA puts the responsibility of initial disclosures on the lender. Broker must provide only the lender-generated disclosures. Broker transfers a loan from another lender that ensures that the loan was in compliance with the MDIA. Can the new lender order services right away? Answer is no. Apart from requiring that the loan was MDIA compliant, the previous lender, the new lender, may not order any additional services until the borrower has received the initial disclosures from the new lender. Effectively, services such as the flood report may not be ordered till such time. What do I, as a SunWest mortgage underwriter, check for in case of non-delegated parties, where our partner originates and processes SunWest underwrites and funds the loan? The answer is the partner, also correspondent, must adhere to the MDIA regulations as well. As an underwriter, we must ensure that the partner is in compliance. So for all our compliance customers out there, you must also adhere to the MDIA rules and regulations set forth. We do appreciate your time in this training matter. We understand that the new implements of the MDIA rules and regulations are also considered or could be considered a different way of handling this policy within other investors out there. But please keep in mind that SunWest Mortgage Company has only your best interest in mind on this matter, and we all want to stay in compliant. Thank you so much for joining today's training exercise. Any further questions could be answered by your account executive or SunWest Mortgage Company operations. Once again, have a great day.